What happens when the OG bloodline legend comes back not only to protect his family from being torn apart, but also to resurrect a dynasty that everyone thought was finished forever? Rikishi is back, and this isn't just a sentimental return for nostalgia or a one-off pop to excite the crowd. This is the reemergence of a man who carries the weight of generations on his shoulders, a man who has seen the empire rise, watched it crumble, and now steps into the ring of destiny as the new wise man, ready to do what no one else has been able to accomplish. This moment is not just another return. This is a movement, a revolution that will forever reshape the WWE landscape and redefine what it means to be family in the world of professional wrestling. Subscribe now, because if you thought the bloodline was dangerous before, you haven't seen anything yet, and under Rikishi's guidance, the family is about to become a force so untouchable, so united, that the entire company will be forced to reckon with a storm unlike any they've ever faced. Before we dive deep into this historic resurrection, make sure you're repping the dynasty itself by grabbing the Roman Reigns OTC 1 collection, the USO 4L merchandise, and Jacob Fatu's all-gas no-brains gear. Links are below, and every purchase helps you stand strong with the most powerful family in sports entertainment during their darkest hour. Now, let's get into the heart of this story. Ever since the shocking chaos of Clash in Paris left the bloodline broken, betrayed, and on the edge of complete destruction, fans around the world have been asking one question: who can save this family from collapsing under the weight of its own drama? Roman Reigns lies in a hospital bed after a devastating assault. The Usos are fractured and divided. Jacob Fatu has been left raging without purpose, and opportunistic enemies have been circling like vultures, waiting for the Empire to die so they can feast on its remains. The greatest dynasty in WWE history has looked more fragile than ever, with betrayal cutting deeper than any steel chair or spear through a barricade. And just when it seemed like there was no way forward, Rikishi returned with a fire in his eyes and a mission carved in stone: unite Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Jimmy USO, and Jey USO, and turn a broken family back into an unbreakable empire. This isn't about chasing titles or racking up wins anymore. This is about healing scars that were left by betrayal, mending the wounds that divided brothers, and rebuilding trust from the ashes of chaos, because only through unity can the bloodline reclaim its rightful place as the most dominant force in sports entertainment. In an exclusive segment broadcast through WWE digital platforms, Rikishi was shown standing among the broken pieces of the family, the silence of the locker room heavy as he began to speak, his voice carrying with it the wisdom of generations of Samoan warriors and legends. "You've all forgotten who you are," Rikishi declared with authority. "Roman, you are the tribal chief, but even the greatest of chiefs need guidance. Jacob, your power means nothing if you don't know how to use it. Jimmy and Jey, your bond as brothers is stronger than any championship that can be draped over your shoulders. You have lost your way, and I am here to bring you back." Then came the words that shook the entire wrestling world to its core: "I am not here to replace Paul Heyman. I am here to do what he never could: make us a family again." The resurrection begins now. The camera closed on Rikishi performing the traditional Shiva Tao, a war cry of his Samoan heritage, a declaration of defiance and renewal as the screen faded to black, leaving the WWE Universe buzzing with shock, hope, and anticipation. Rikishi's presence changes everything, because his ties to the family go deeper than any storyline. His blood runs through their veins, and his legendary status commands a respect that even Paul Heyman could never truly hold. Reports backstage already suggest that his first mission will be to mediate between Roman Reigns and the Usos, a reconciliation that has the potential to heal one of the most devastating rifts in WWE history. Meanwhile, Jacob Fatu, long seen as nothing more than the family's enforcer, is expected to rise under Rikishi's mentorship into the role of Crown Prince, the heir to the dynasty, the one being groomed to lead the next generation of the bloodline into dominance. The whispers behind the curtain also hint at a bloodline summit being planned, where Rikishi will gather the family under one roof and lay out his vision for the future, a vision that may not only involve mending broken bonds but also expanding the dynasty with new shocking members, unexpected alliances, and a deeper focus on honoring their Samoan roots and heritage, making that culture the very heartbeat of the family's resurgence. This is not just a storyline twist. This is the rebirth of a dynasty, a reclamation of identity, and a revolution that will echo across WWE history. If you are ready to witness the bloodline rise from the ashes and return stronger than ever, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel for every major update and hit that notification bell so you never miss the unfolding of the Wiseman era. But the big question remains, can Rikishi truly heal the wounds of betrayal, reconcile Roman with his brothers, and build the bloodline back into the empire it once was? Or will this mission prove impossible even for a legend? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, let your voice be heard, and let's keep this conversation alive because the resurrection of the bloodline is not just coming, it has already begun. What happens when the OG bloodline legend comes back to stop his family from total collapse and turn their downfall into a resurrection no one thought possible? Rikishi has returned, and he is not just walking back into WWE as a nostalgic face from the past, he is stepping into the role of the new Wiseman, a position that carries the weight of authority, guidance, and vision for a family that has been ripped apart by betrayal, injuries, and chaos. This isn't just another return. This is a full-scale revolution that will reshape the very foundation of WWE and alter the future of the most dominant dynasty professional wrestling has ever seen. Subscribe right now because the bloodline is about to become more dangerous, more united, and more unstoppable than ever before. But before we break down every shocking detail of Rikishi's epic comeback, make sure you're showing your support by repping the family's legacy. Grab the Roman Reigns OTC 1 collection, the USO 4L gear, and Jacob Fatu's all-gas, no-brains merchandise. Links are down below, so don't miss out on repping the most powerful dynasty in sports entertainment. Now, let's get into it. The wrestling world has been buzzing since Clash in Paris left the bloodline fractured, with Roman Reigns hospitalized, the Usos divided beyond repair, and opportunistic enemies circling like vultures. It felt like the end of an era, the collapse of a kingdom once thought untouchable. But just when the ashes seemed cold, Rikishi emerged to reclaim his family's future, declaring himself the new Wiseman and setting out to rebuild what betrayal tried to destroy. His mission is simple yet monumental: unite Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Jimmy USO, and Jey USO under one banner and restore the bloodline to an empire that dominates not just through titles, but